Well, that's annoying. My garage door opener stopped working. And if you're in a similar situation as me, I have 5 easy things you can check and do to hopefully get that problem fixed. Because it gets a little bit annoying to sprint out of your garage after hitting the hardwired button. The first thing you can try doing is replacing the battery in the remote. Most of these remotes are very easy to take apart. They're gonna either be held together by just a couple of small screws, or they're just snapped together and there's no screws at all. There's just 2 pieces that you have to take apart. And there's little slots that you can insert a flathead screwdriver into and twist to get it open. In my case, my little clip detaches, it's not attached in any way, which is really convenient. And then I can use this same clip to insert into the little divots here and twist to pry that thing open. I'll do the same thing here. And here it is. And as you can see, there is my battery. A lot of these garage door openers will have this kind of battery, the CR2032. But of course, the most reliable method is to actually take apart your remote and check what battery it requires. In my case, replacing the battery did not solve the problem for me. But before we move on to the next tip, there is one more thing you could do while you have your remote apart. And that is to clean it off if you see any corrosion marks or any dirty or dusty spots. To do that, you will need a Q-tip, and then using some rubbing alcohol, go ahead and wet that Q-tip and just clean off any spots that have any corrosion marks on them. Clean it off real good, allow it some time to dry, and put it back together. Another easy thing to check is the gate sensors. One time, my son accidentally bumped this sensor down, and I didn't notice that. But what I did notice is that when I went to open or close my garage, it would only click and nothing would happen. Eventually I did track it down, I moved the sensor back, and everything started working again. It does have to have a good laser or infrared connection from this side to the opposite side in order for the garage gate to close and open. So if your garage door is not closing, this is a really good first thing to check. Make sure that there's nothing obstructing these sensors or they haven't been bumped and facing downwards or to the side. The third thing you can do is to check the little antenna wire, which is usually on the bottom of the opener, the garage opener. And usually it's going to be curled up like this. What you could try doing is straightening it out. For some people, this is literally all it takes, and the thing just starts working again. Sometimes there will be some webs or some other dirt or obstruction on these things, and that'll be enough to block that signal. Try straightening that wire out, pointing it in different directions, and maybe that will solve your problem. And also, if you've noticed that your range is bad, your garage door opener only works from really close up and just a little bit further away it stops working, they sell antenna extension kits that you can install, add onto this wire, and then lead the antenna out towards the wall of your garage or even outside of the garage. And that really helps with the range. Those things work really nice. Tip number 4 is your light bulbs. Most garage door openers will have light bulbs in them. They might have covers like mine, light covers, that just snap off. You depress these tabs on either side, and that thing swivels down, and you have a light bulb right here. So especially if your problem started after you replaced your light bulb, there's a good chance that your light bulb is the problem. If you bought dimmable LED light bulbs, those will for sure interfere with the garage door opener signal. I know that the LED dimmable light bulbs are not the only ones that make interferences like that. So if you suspect that your light bulb might be the one causing this, an easy check is to simply take the light bulb out and try the garage door opener and see if it makes a difference. If everything starts working much better, then you know that the problem was indeed the light bulb. They also sell garage door opener specific light bulbs, so if you're interested, you could look into those as well. And finally, tip number 5 is to reprogram your remote. Behind one of these covers, or maybe if your garage opener does not have a cover, just look around it, find a reset button that'll either be a red circle or a red square like this. After you locate your reset button, try reprogramming your remote, and that just might be what is needed to fix your problem. One thing I want to point out though, in my case, the instructions weren't exactly correct. I had to try this about 5 different times until I finally got it to work. In my instructions, it told me to press the button, the reset button, and then press the programming button on the remote itself, which is on the back of it, right behind the clip. And once again, I can conveniently use the clip itself to press it. So I had to press the reset button and then press and hold this button until I hear a click. But that wasn't doing it for me. So let me show you the sequence that worked for me. So I pressed this button, I pressed the programming button, I hear a click in the actual remote, and then press the open button. There you go. And now I heard a click here as well. So at first I heard a click inside of the remote, and then after I did that last step, I heard a click in the opener itself. And now my garage door opener should start working. So in summary, before concluding that reprogramming did not work for you, I would suggest trying different button combinations, and that might just be all that is needed. And in the end, if none of those fixes worked for you, then unfortunately you either have a bad control board in the garage door opener, or you need to replace your remote altogether. If you have any other garage door fixing tips that I missed in this video, we would love to hear from you in the comment section below. Now, if you stayed all the way till the end of this video, I want to share an interesting statistic with you. Did you know that half of all Americans are torsos? I hope you found that as funny as I did. But if you didn't, I have one more. A guy walks into a bar and says, "Ouch."